Hey there, welcome back. I wanted to make a video with the topic of basically dry fasting. And I've been asked a lot of questions about dry fasting, which makes a lot of sense. Of course, it's not as known as water fasting. Water fasting is not as understood as juice fasting, and juice fasting is not as understood as just plain old I guess calorie reduction. So I understand the hierarchy of what people think they may know or realize they don't know about either one of those, any one of those options, for cleansing or detoxing or weight loss or healing, whatever someone wants to classify their reason for why they're choosing any one of those. And this topic kind of came up because I had recently joined some other forums of either vegan, not so much vegetarian forms, but vegan, juice forms, water fasting, and dry fasting. So of course, when I talk about dry fasting, there's minimal, I guess, kind of back and forthness as far as being controversial, because I'm already in a form that does accept, or many of the members are supposed to be willing and open to accept what dry fasting is, and seeing if that is something that is for them, to learn, to share, to be in like-minded community. That's a good way of putting it. So, but when I exposed what I do in juice fasting form or vegan form, and those folks, some folks did not have that understanding or knowledge or belief or whatever. That's when it opened up the door for some kind of back and forth between me and a few other parties. And I noticed this. It was kind of a bit annoying, to be honest with you. And my daughter, I was sharing it with my daughter, and she says, even in the vegan community, people argue, she's like, I don't understand why people are fighting, and they're supposed to be loving animals and all this stuff and doing it for their own health. She says, when people come at you like that, that would make a person easily want to eat meat again and just say, screw it. And I understood what she meant, what she was saying. However, that's not what it's going to do to me. It's not going to drive me from eating the way I do, and continually want to grow and continually want to be woke, when I was closed-minded or unknowledgeable of things that could have been for me, So, but I understood where she was coming from, because she does eat meat. So someone who thinks like that may be easily able to use it as an excuse for just throwing in the hat, screw it then, So until she grows, she's on her journey, I'm on my journey. The couple of folks that I was back and forth in conversation with, they're on their journey, and I would just appreciate it if everyone involved recognized that. So to be told like oh, you can't go more than 3 days without water. That was one thing that was told to me. And what I want to say to those people, and what I said to everyone, I kept it really short. I said a little bit of what I wanted to say, and then after that I realized, nobody's going to throw in a towel. I know that, no problem. I have my way of cutting it off though. So and one of those ways was to invite the persons to do your own research. Feel free to do your own research. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to preach and to dictate. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for light and love. You know what I'm saying? I can get a crunk if I have to, trust and believe. But why would I want to? Because this makes me feel good. And someone shared with me, and because people shared with me, doctors, scientists, researchers, everyday people living everyday lives, demonstrating how certain things that I've learned and adapted has helped them. And that's how I come to know about it, study it, research, try it, you know. So that for that, I am truly grateful for. And for that, that is the reason, part of the reason why I'm motivated to continue to put my story out there. So, you know, you can take it or leave it or whatever you want to do is no problem, you know. So, you know, but it's fruitful for me, and I feel like it is my opportunity to give back when someone had given for me. And so back to the 3 days, I wanted to say to the person so badly, but at this point we kind of went back and forth a couple times, and that was good enough. I have my limit. You know, after that, then it feels like an argument, and I'm not here to argue. So, but what I want to say to those that have that, say that 3 days without water is, hey, first of all, I felt the same way as you. I was taught by some of the same schools of thought as the rest of us in America. You know, so if you're of my age group, I'm 49 years old, you know, so I've been around 49 years, and guess what? Most of those years I've learned and lived off of the standard American diet. And I've heard or been studied and taught in school, you can't live more than 3 days without water, no food. And I'm seeing, and I thought that when my mom mentioned it to me about 15, 20 years ago or more, she said something about a breatharian. I think that's how it's pronounced. And I was like, well, dang, they need to let me know how that go. You know, so I thought that was ridiculous. But my mom knew that I wasn't at that level. I didn't have any understanding or knowledge of anything of that level. So, of course, she wasn't going to go into a big old deep, you know, discussion with me. She wasn't practicing it herself that I know of. She wasn't. But she was just telling me that there were all these different levels of detoxing that would, you know, basically blow our mind. This is not mainstream. So what I say, fast forward, now that I have lived 48 hours without food or water, I did that a couple of days, a couple of weeks ago. Last week I did it as much as, I think, 41 hours. I could have lasted longer. I just wanted some food. You know, I was just hungry. I couldn't wait to eat my beautiful foods that I make and create in my juices. And then I felt like that was my first time doing such an extreme measure of detox. Rome wasn't built in a day, as a phrase I like to use. And I just figured, you know, go out with a bang and not push my detox continuously, push it to a level that could be even more of a healing crisis that I had already experienced at that time. That 48 hours felt so good to me. I felt awesome. I really did. I just wanted to bask in that moment and leave it there. And then, you know, then later on, I'll go ahead and do the 3 day, the 4 day. But my goal today is I love to see myself manage a 7 day dry fast. I realize with these smaller attempts that I'm doing, it's like training for the marathon. You know, you don't just walk up to the starting point and decide you're going to run your marathon and you had not done some sort of training, conditioning, brought something to the starting line with you. So I felt it was smart, you know, to just go ahead and take these baby steps and learn more, learn my body. And also because it would make such a hard detox to do 7 days, who knows what would have been coming out, you know, what emotions or physical changes, or you know, the layers and the decluttering and the things that would be coming out of me, out of my body, out of my skin, out of my you know, my other bodily functions and things like that, and the headaches and the, you know, I know it would have been quite a journey. And it wasn't necessary to do that now, you know, for what? You know, what's the glory in that? It's not a big deal. It took me, as I said, 49 years to get where I am today. It's not going to take me 49 years to clean it up. because I'm still living in this environment. We're still living in a very toxic environment. Look, I'm holding a doggone cell phone in my hand, getting all kinds of radiation exposure or whatever it is they say, and then the chemicals that are in the air, it's just all this stuff that's going on. We know that we're going to continuously be exposed to toxins, the toxic environment, the way we think, the negative people, the negative news, the reality, some people's reality, it may be very toxic. So I understand it. Daily, there'll be cleansing, so I get that. But the deeper stuff that I've been exposed to through my years, whether it be the food, whether it be the stress, the people that had to get detoxed, I had to say goodbye to them, just like I say goodbye to the parasites that are in me, goodbye to the inflammation, to the plaque that is in my colon, to the fat cells with toxins in them, tumors that I don't even know. I've never been diagnosed with any, but probably are some in there. Who knows? I can't think of. There's a laundry list of things that could be waiting at bay for me to just push the envelope a little bit more, so then I could be right over the edge for the doctor to tell me, okay, well, you made it. Welcome to the side of diabetes. Welcome to high blood, high cholesterol, cancer, or dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever else, other autoimmune diseases. I don't want to get that diagnosis. I don't want to get that, have a seat in the chair, let me go ahead and brace you for this. If I can do the best that I can by educating myself as much as I can and live a newer and more improved life and spread that to my loved ones, to my friends, or anyone that just wants to hear me or see me, or someone may view me as some sort of an example, a positive example to certain changes that they would like to make in their lives, then great. That's what I want to do. And that's what I think part of my calling is. So back to the 3 days. When they say we can't live more than 3 days without water, what I want to say is the same school of thought, professionals, medical field, scientists, what have you, that say that are oftentimes the same ones that tell us in our vegan community that you need to get your protein from meat. You need to get your calcium from dairy, and those of us in the vegan community don't believe that. We don't believe it. And we will beg to differ. Many of us will fight about it and argue and say, are you crazy? I'm living testimony. When I went off of your diet, I had diabetes and they told me take these pills and I will never get off of them. I had such and such they'll give you a laundry list of all the medications they were given and saying, well, you should have changed your diet. However, we got these pills since it's so hard for you to, so that's usually where the emphasis is on the pharmaceuticals. We got a pill for everything. You know what I mean? We have a pill for pills that we don't have a pill for. That makes any sense. So yeah, that's what I say to that. And those folks that are in the juicing community feel like the only way you can healthily, in the most healthiest way, lose toxins and cleanse and lose weight is to do it through juice because you get your nutrients. Well, the people who believe in water detoxing, they will beg to differ on that, So same with the dry fasting community. Dry fasting is on a higher level. So 1 day of dry fasting is equivalent to 3 days of water fasting. That's a hardcore dry fasting is. Dry fasting, I'm going to get into the details of exactly what it is because I don't know how to translate that in the most educated way. So all I know is I did my research. I was satisfied with what I was learning and what I was observing, and I put it to prayer, and I asked my Father to give me guidance, to get me. You asked him to allow me to get what I need out of it, what he wants me to have out of it, because it is my journey, you know. So from that, I've learned that, and this is what I believe. I haven't seen it, you know. I can't say that the fat cells that are in my body that have the negative waters surrounding it is the first things that my body is going to start moving up to my liver, for my liver to transpose it into energy and send it throughout to my brain and send it to the rest of my organs that may need it for energy to keep me going and to keep me talking and to keep me smiling and to keep me, hey, you know what I mean? So I can't explain all that better than what I just did. But what I can say is I have been dry fasting, intermittently dry fasting daily for the last several weeks. And before that, I was intermittently water fasting. And through my dry fasting, I can say that I have more energy dry fasting than I do even when I water fast. And I feel better or less hungry water fasting than I do when I'm juice fasting. So, but with dry fasting, I just feel dry mouth mostly. Get an occasional headache. Every now and then I may think I feel a little hungry, but it goes away quickly. The more I do it, the more I get used to it. So especially we're talking intermittent. So I'm going in blocks of anywhere from 12 to maybe as much as 21 hours of an intermittent space. And then, so with the dry fasting, I can say that it is easier on me. I do have more energy. It is even easier if I don't have to talk. I will admit that. If I can just keep my mouth closed and just meditate and go about my business, just doing me, it is far easier not needing to talk. Talking does drive me out a little more. I sleep so much better. I sleep solid so many hours, blocks of hours. 3 to, well, not even 3. 3 is only if I had to get up and use the restroom because I drank just before I went to sleep. But easily 4.5 to as much as 5.5 hours without waking up once. And for me, that's big, okay? And then I can go right back to sleep again. Maybe if I have to get up and use the restroom, okay. And then I go back to sleep again and I can knock out another 2-3 hours in some cases. So what is dry fast? Help me to maintain my weight loss. Which most of this weight loss was due to me water fasting. About a week before Thanksgiving of 2017 is when I began. It may have been 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, I'm not sure. But the hardcore 7-day water fast I did, where I drank only water and unsweetened plain black coffee. I drank that for 7 days, and I lost 17.2 pounds in 7 days. And that was around the first week of December. Now it is January 10th, 2018. And I weigh 133 pounds. So I weigh what I lost in that water fast a month ago. I am at the dry fasting, intermittent dry fasting, and the 2 days, the two 48-hour days, we'll just call it that, opportunities of dry fasting that I had done allowed me to maintain my weight. I quickly stand up for a second. I'm sorry this camera won't show my whole body, but you know, but anyway, so this is me at 133 pounds. I'm 5'6", and as I said, I guess for the third time in this video, first time in any video, that I'm 49 years old. So let's see what else. It's getting a little long, but basically I was told that this was suicide for me to dry fast. That is dangerous. And no one accused me of this, but I've read this where they talked about it looks like an eating disorder. And it's not. Just do the homework and research if you have any questions. Before or after this video, I'm new to editing, so I'm getting a little bit more knowledgeable. So just bear with me. I'm going to try to post all of the foods. Anyone that knows me or has followed my channel or is on my Facebook, gotta know, I love food. I love to eat. I love to eat healthy. You know, I love to juice. I love to make my salads all kinds of ways. I love making my foods from scratch. I love making my vegan creations. When I was vegetarian for a time there, I loved making my vegetarian food. When I was raw vegan, I loved it. In fact, I'm leaning more towards raw vegan these days anyway. So I love to eat. And because I love to eat so much, it is easier for me to dry fast, intermittent dry fast, or take an extended one, water fast when I'm ready to do that again, juice fast when I decide I'm ready to do a juice fast, and eating a vegetarian or plant-based, whichever one you want to call it. I guess there's a difference between the two. That's another one. You can look that one up. There'll be arguments between vegetarian and plant-based. You know, I'm almost to the point where I hate to even do a label now because I am me, and I take the parts of it that works best for me and based on my own knowledge and understanding and the goals that I have and the journey that I'm on. So yeah, I'll post some pictures. I'm gonna try to, so don't hold me to it. You'll see it on this video or not see it, but I want to post pictures of the foods that I make that are divine. They are fabulous. I wish I could feed more people. I wish people could come over and eat with me, theoretically. You know, so, but I do. I wish that people could just see that this stuff is really good. It's not, I'm not just saying that. And I love eating my own food more than I love going to restaurants. There's very few restaurants that I really want to go to because I know that, I mean, by the time I spend $20, $30 for this, I mean, it's probably good, don't get me wrong, but if I had the choice of running to my little stores real quick, hippity hop, grab what I need and coming back home, I would enjoy that more. You know, really, to be honest with you. So, but anyway, that's my thing. Like I said, I am, how many hours? I think I said it early. How many hours I'm dry fasted. Right now, I'm over 15 hours into this dry fast. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and juice me a green juice real quick and drink about 40 ounces of a green juice. Wait a little while, I'm gonna drink what do I have in mind? There's beets. There's a beet juice that I want to make another. I might do, yeah, beet and carrot and a few other things that I want to make that concoction. I'll probably do about 35, 40 ounces of that. And then I have a couple of pineapples that are waiting on me. So one of those pineapples and probably some oranges and grapefruit, I'll throw in that one. So I'll have 3 types of juices. Probably will end up drinking 40, I might drink almost 100 ounces of fresh pressed juice, and then I will eat this vegan black bean, shiitake mushroom, and quinoa patty that I made yesterday. Just made it from scratch, came out fantastic. So I had that yesterday for dinner, and I'm gonna have that again tonight. I had it with a salad yesterday. Nice, hearty, beautiful salad. I don't know what I'm going to have it with today. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But right now, first things first, I'm going to get to juicing. It'll probably take me maybe till, I want to try to start eating around 5 really. So I could be done by 8, you know, or not, maybe 9, because I want to drink some water, about 30, at least 30 ounces of water, of alkaline water. So I'll be doing, that's what I'm going to be fitting in between, you know, getting my nutrition. So I will be getting it during my blocks of hours, and then when it's time to shut it down, guess what? I'll shut it down, and then I'll be dry fasted again, at least another 14 hours until, well, it'll be longer tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a different kind of a schedule, so I will be out and about a lot tomorrow. So that might even be 19 or 20 hours, I'm not sure. Anyway, just wanted to let you know that I'm not killing myself over here. And I welcome any of you who have any questions to research dry fasting, intermittent dry fasting, research water fasting, intermittent water fasting, research juicing, intermittent juicing. Okay? You know, those are the things that I found success in. So, all right. Thank you guys for listening. See you later.